Yo, what's going on, everybody? I am your host, AD the RPA guy, and in this video, I'm very excited. Very excited. This is probably one of my favorite videos, um, in terms of like the enthusiasm to make this, because this video is absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, going to piss off a lot of people, mostly men. For those of you who don't know, my primary demographic I work with is men, and more specifically, married men. Now, does this mean that I don't work with women or single men or men who are just dating? No. I work with people who I like, people who are accountable, and people who are committed to creating the outcomes that they truly desire within their life. But my favorite group to work with by far is husbands. These men are the builders of families and are quietly the unsung heroes of the country, in my opinion. They are the ones who've decided to shoulder the privileges and the burden of fatherhood, of husbandhood, if that's a fucking word, and leadership within their home. And I salute these men because it is not an easy task. All that being said, all marriages and all men are not created equally. Okay. Some men do a better job of leading than others. Some men are more decisive than others. So in this video, I will be breaking down the three types of men in terms of how they make big purchasing decisions in general and when it comes to breaking into tech. Okay. Now, before you get too pissed off and scroll away, do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel so I can help as many of you break into tech in the simplest manner possible. So let's jump into this. First, we've got the leader. This man runs a decision past his wife out of respect, but the final call is his. His wife may push back, she may question him, but at the end of the day, she concedes because she trusts him and his leadership. This is the man who succeeds in tech, in marriage, and in life because he takes full responsibility. Companies pay leaders, wives respect leaders, and kids follow leaders. Okay. Now, this is probably less than 10% of men. Okay. This is probably less than 10% of men. Okay. Type 2, we have the consultant. Okay. This man talks things through with his wife. They weigh the pros and cons together, and then they come to a joint decision, whatever the fuck that is. Okay. There's nothing wrong with this approach. It's respectable, but here's the catch. If he drags his feet and avoids taking responsibility, he can easily slide into weakness and become the third type of person who I'm going to get to here in a second. These men can succeed in tech, but only if they learn to move with confidence and stop second guessing themselves. Okay. Now, type 1, I can work with. Type 2, I can still work with. Okay, meaning I can help you get into tech. Now, the third type of person, this is the only type of man, okay, that I cannot work with. And just for the sake of this video, I'm not just talking about husbands. I'm talking about men who are in relationships with women, period. If you've been with a woman 5 years, 8 years, 15 years, whatever, same difference to me. Okay. The third type is the permission seeker. Okay. If you're sensitive, you might want to click away now. So the permission seeker. This man goes to his wife, kind of like a child going to his mom and saying, hey, can I do this? He says, can I do this? And here's the problem. If you outsource your own decisions, you're outsourcing your future. Okay. And this man he needs permission from his woman. Okay. He treats his woman as if she's his mother, meaning she tells him what he can and cannot do. She tells him where he can and cannot go. She tells him who he can and who he cannot hang out with. Brother, she does not respect you because you don't respect yourself. If a woman can control you, then she does not respect you. Okay. Now, some of you may or may not know, I kind of do the relationship coaching as well. I have my other YouTube channel linked in the description of all my YouTube videos. But in general, when a woman is leading a relationship, typically, this is like 99% of the time, she's leading from a place of fear. Okay. What a woman would like to do is to be able to turn her brain off and trust in you. And she wants to be like a giggling little, schoolgirl again, and think in the back of her mind, I don't have to make big decisions because my man's got it. Whatever he says, I trust him. He's made good decisions. He's trustworthy. This doesn't mean he doesn't fuck up. He doesn't mess up. But even when he does, he takes accountability and then he fixes it. Okay. So if your woman is not in that mindset, if she's in the other mindset where I have to lead, I have to be in control, I must do this. One, it could come from, upbringing, not having a good relationship with, her father. Or two, not even or, and it could also be that she is in a relationship with a man, you, who is indecisive, who does not lead, who doesn't know what the fuck he wants, who analyzes too much and doesn't take action. Okay. Now she feels unsafe. Think about it this way. This is an analogy I've given all the time. Let's say you're on an airplane, right? It's you, your lady, and a pilot. Okay. And ideally, if you want the plane to land and to be safe, you would want the pilot to take over. Okay. In that situation, the woman feels safe. You feel safe because the best person to fly the plane is flying the plane. Now, let's just say there's a situation where the captain is incapacitated, so they can't fly. Now the question becomes, who's going to fly and land the plane? In reality, neither one of y'all can land the plane, so you're going to die, and I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you are the kind of man who, let's just say, in example A, a man grabs the helm, okay? That is going to make the kind of man who would grab the helm, right? Even though he's scared out of his fucking mind and doesn't know what he's doing, that is going to make the woman respond and feel safe. Okay. Like he's an action taker. Like he thought quickly. He took decisive action. Even if he made the wrong decision, whatever the fuck that means, he still made a decision, right? He took action when things were going bad. And so now she can kind of not relax in this situation, but she didn't have to take action. Okay. Now, let's say in another scenario B, another guy just kind of freezes and the woman takes the helm, not because she wants to, but because she's afraid she's going to die and she can't trust you to do it. Okay. If that woman lands that plane or you guys end up walking away, scot-free, that woman will never trust you or look at you the same again because she understood that you froze up in the moment and she had to save her damn self. Okay. That is what I mean when I say they're moving in fear. And so when they're making decisions and they're leading, 9 times out of 10, they're coming from a place of fear. Now, the caveat to all this is if she's making decisions in a realm where she is best suited to make decisions. Like if she's the better cook, it makes sense that she makes most of the decisions when it comes to cooking and dietary and nutrition. If she's the one who, went to school for finance and budgeting, it makes sense that she's doing the finances and the budgeting for the home or whatever. So that's the caveat. But in general, if you are the one who she chose to marry and she wanted to marry a leader and you're indecisive, my man, she does not respect you if you are not capable of making decisions and seeing them through. And this is the permission seeker. This is why you have to ask who you can hang out with, whether you can invest in programs or not, whether you can go out of town, what you can do, who you can do it with, who you can't. This woman is effectively your mother and not your woman. This is the overwhelming majority of men today. Okay. Both husbands and men in relationships. And I would never trade places with one of you guys. Okay. But at the same time, not a lot of judgment. I've been there. I'm just never fucking going back. Okay. So y'all need to get this type of man. Let me get back to my script. Logically speaking, if you don't lead your own household in making decisions, then it makes absolutely no sense to get on a call with me or my team just for you to try to get permission from mommy and be denied. So save us both the time and just don't do that. Okay. So what to do next? If you're the first type, if you're the leader or the consultant, then use the link in the description to join the wait list for RPA University. Okay. That's where I personally show you the simplest way to break into tech and make 6 figures. Okay. Now, if you're the permission seeker, don't you fucking click that link and don't you book a call with my team. Okay. But all hope is not lost. I want you to click the link in the description to watch my other video on my other channel, King's Corner, where I show men how to improve their relationship with their women by improving their relationship with themselves. In short, she does not respect you because you do not respect you. And that is not a problem that she can solve for you. You must solve that for yourself. And that is what I teach men how to do. Or if you're serious about changing right now, you can or if you're serious about changing from being a permission seeker to a consultant or to a leader, okay? If you're serious about changing that right now, then book a one-on-one coaching call with me, and I'll give you direct coaching on how to go from a permission seeker to a leader with advice tailored specifically to you and your situation. So that being said, I told you this video was going to piss off quite a few people. Please be sure you like this, drop a comment. I feel like this one's going to get a lot of comments. This one's going to get a lot of engagement. I think I'm gonna make more videos like this. This just feels good, you know. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Like I said, the leaders, that's less than 10% of men. The consultants, that's probably a large percentage, but by far and large, the permission seeker is the most common that I've come across. And yuck. Bleh. You got to get out that position, bro. That is not a good look for you. That being said, that is the end of this video. I've been your host, AD, the RPA guy. You know what to do. Click the links in the description. And lastly, if you are interested in seeing a case study, right, where I break down our actual 4-step process on how I've gotten people into tech within RPA, making $250,000, $100,000, working remotely, working less than 20 hours a week, then click the link below in the description or go to breakintotechnow.com. Till next time, peace.